Okay, so I now really have to be really careful with caffeine and other types of chemicals. More so than usual. Hey guys, welcome back to the show, welcome back to the diary. So yes, one big problem with autism in particular is the inability to withstand and deal with and dispose of chemicals. So, as you know, as most people who are old enough to drink alcohol would know, when you drink all night, you will most likely wake up with a hangover. And that hangover normally only lasts about 12 hours, maybe a little bit less, depending on how you deal with it. But for an autistic person, that hangover can last 24 hours or longer. So, yeah, a night's drinking is not wise for someone with autism. But things in moderation, so just keep it simple. Keep things in moderation. But no, I had an incident with caffeine. I had too many cups of coffee with too much coffee in each cup, and I then also went and had a little bit of Dr. Pepper, tipping the chemical balance way over where it should be. So I had a full-on caffeine rush, and my body's just there like can't stop shaking, can't stop having fit-like symptoms. So, yeah, oopsie. Really need to be more careful with chemicals and more careful with caffeine. So that's kind of why I took a few days off. I needed to bring everything back down. And with the stress levels high as well, don't want to tip them higher by not being able to think about something and stressing and getting the videos out. So, we're back and we're good. We're all better now, sort of. I still like caffeine, still want caffeine, still in need of caffeine, but I am doing a lot better with it now. I've decided that it's one or the other during the day, not both. I don't want to go tipping my system over like I did last time. And I'm also changing it while my family want me to do one small bottle of Dr. Pepper a day. I don't think that's going to work right now. So I'm sticking with my bigger bottles, but I'm not putting them in the glass anymore, because if I drink it out of a glass, I'm either normally swig, pour next, swig, or I'll leave it, forget about it, it'll go flat, and I'll down it. Or, like I said before, swig, but not necessarily swig. It's the fact that I'm pouring a 2 litre into a pint glass. It is a proper pint glass size, and that means that I'm getting further down the bottle quicker than I should be, or further down the bottle a lot quicker than most people would. So instead of my usual 2 swigs every time, it's 1 zip, close it back up, put it down, leave it for a while. Let that load of chemicals go into the body and sort themselves out before having more. So that's kind of what I'm going for now, and that's kind of how I'm gonna get rid of it, because I know for a fact that doing cold turkey for caffeine is horrendous. It's not dangerous, it's horrendous. The amount of caffeine headaches I get, and the amount of caffeine headaches that I'm getting at the minute, it's like quitting smoking. Oh my days. If anyone's tried quitting smoking, guys, you'll know that kind of niggly kind of pain all over the head, and that niggly I need all in the brain all at once. So quitting caffeine, it's just like It's infuriating enough to try and quit smoking, let alone try and quit caffeine. But I know it's not just the caffeine that I'm liking, it's the sugar too. So having hot chocolate could do it, but again, it's also the caffeine. It's not just the sugar, it's both. Oh, Jay. But no, I once had a time like this before. I had ice poles. For those of you who don't necessarily know, they are basically a tube of plastic that's been filled with, I'll say fruit juice, but it's not really fruit juice because it's got a load of chemicals and a load of nastiness and food colorings in it. And it's been frozen. So I had a load of those. And obviously I'm having the cola and the strawberry because I know that I cannot have either the blueberry or the bubblegum, whichever one flavour the blue one is. I know for a fact that I can't have that one because of how and argumentative and everything I got at the time from having those. So I'm there sipping on them, finishing one, opening up another. I've got like 3 or 4 of them. Just bearing in mind, 3 or 4 of them. I got through the 3rd one and I'm there like, head to the desk. I feel really dizzy. I feel really ill, really sick. And I had to get my mum to come pick me up because I couldn't walk home properly because the entire space was spinning. The only way that I could fix it was to look to the side, and given my dyspraxia, looking off to the side like that made things worse. Not only did the spinning make things worse with my dyspraxia, but looking off to the side did too. I get home and I just flop on the sofa and I'm like, bleh, I feel drunk. I feel really icky, really bleh. And I had to be kept off school for near about a week because of that, because I was just I wouldn't have been able to cope. Not just because I had a bad time with students. I didn't just have a bad time with students, I had a bad time with teachers too. But I wouldn't have been able to cope with the bad time of the people there and focusing on what I was doing or anything else. I would have just been there like, let me go to the bathroom. Again? Yeah, sorry, I need to throw up again. Or, can I be excused? No. But the room's making me feel ill. No, the room is not making you feel ill. You're just making excuses as to not be in the room. Yeah, because it's making me ill. Oh, teachers, that's got to be another story. But I will tell you that one another day. Stress of teachers, man. But no, it's because of those moments that I personally, and my mum knows, and anyone else who knows about food colourings as a parent knows. This is why parents say no artificial food colourings. Any kids that could be watching this, and your parents are saying you're not allowed artificial food colourings, learn from me. A whole load of artificial food colourings, 1 or 2 here or there is not going to be too bad. If it makes you bouncy hyper, just control how much you have. If say you want a nice bowl, just have 1. Make sure it's kind of like cola, just to be safe, as to stay away from the food colourings. Strawberries also reasonably safe. It's still got all the bouncy hyper stuff, but stay away from blue. If it's bright blue, bright yellow, it's not worth touching. It's really not worth touching. Same with mint choc chip ice cream. Mint choc ice cream has always been my favourite type of ice cream. But the biggest problem with mint choc chip ice cream is they use the chemicals they use for blue and yellow. Yeah, blue and yellow food colouring to make the green. So it's the brightest green of all. And if blue by itself is dangerous and yellow by itself is dangerous, put them both together, that's just a recipe for explosive disasters. Parents, adults, ever seen this kid walking down the street with a bright blue ice cream? 2 minutes later, kicking and screaming. Almost as if nothing actually caused them to kick or scream, or the tiniest thing caused them to kick or scream. Yeah, I bet you it was the ice cream, guys. Kids, if you've ever noticed that too, it's more than likely the ice cream. So many chemicals. In case you didn't know, guys, as far as I'm aware, this could also be wrong, but as far as I'm aware, they basically saw someone light up petrol, they saw all the pretty colours and flames, and they found a way to take those colours out of that. So it's near enough petrol, and it gives the same responses as speed. Kids, you're having speed by having those chemicals. You're having speed by having those artificial food colourings. Adults, letting your kid have this bright blue ice cream, you're giving your kid speed. Essentially giving your kid speed. Yeah, no. But no, I'm going to leave it here, otherwise my net will not get this up. And I suppose that's enough ranty for one day. But no, I just need to be a bit more careful now, or I'm not going to be here for much longer, because that was scary. Yeah, I put myself in a lot of danger there. So I'm going to be a lot more careful with my caffeine. But no, that's it for me today, guys. I will see you tomorrow. See ya.